Hey y'all, this is David, the Georgia photographer. All right, I didn't realize queuing up and getting things ready would activate the chat. Sorry about that. Woo. I have a lot to learn about this whole streaming thing. Okay, number one, if you'll notice, Aaron's not with me tonight. He has some stuff he had to take care of, and he wasn't able to join me. So I'm flying solo tonight, and I'm an old dog learning new tricks. So a little bit of patience, because I'm trying to make all this happen from just right here, and it's a little bit behind the curve. I think I got it figured out, but we're gonna push through. Okay. One thing I was going to do was bring down a letter that I got a letter, and I was going to read it to you, but it's at the house, so I may do it on a cameras and coffee vlog and add it. I can do that in the morning. I'll put it on vlog. That way I can talk about it a little longer. Item number 2, I'm pushed for time today, so the stream's going to have to end in between 6:30 and 6:45, unfortunately. My church has revival this week, and it starts. I got to leave about 7 to get there on time, so I gotta shut it down a little early this week. But for that, we do have some cool photos though, so we're gonna look at them here in just a minute. Let's see. Oh look, thanks. Yeah, Heather broke her foot last week right before their stream started, so you guys keep her in your thoughts. What? Somebody's knocking at the door. Yes?
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm unable to find it over there.
Oh, come through here and go right over there. His desk is right there, so look and see if it's right there on that desk.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You see it right there? I don't know what it is, just to tell you the truth. He didn't say anything to me about it.
Okay, yeah. I went in the shipping and receiving. I didn't see anything.
Huh. That's unusual for Noah to not leave it out in the open. Normally it'd be on the shipping counter. I'm sorry.
Yep, no problem. Should I just go back out this way?
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Gotcha. Yeah, sorry
Yeah,
about
we're
that.
live streaming. You can say hi.
Appreciate it.
Take care. FedEx guy trying to pick up a parcel that's not locatable. Long list of stuff. Yeah. Let's see. There's Mike, Joy, Phil, Cuban Rum's here, RD's here. Wow, you guys are all in here lingering around. Let's see. Yes, there we go. Food Snacks. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Whew. It's been a busy week this week. There's Peter. Man, glad everybody's checking in. Good deal. If you haven't done it yet, reach down and hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. And if you like the channel, I'd like a subscribe. That'd make me happy. And I think pretty much everybody in the stream's already subscribed and all that sort of thing. The photos you guys sent over the past 2 weeks were nothing short of amazing. It actually surprises me the quality of photography that I get to see. It's impressive. You guys, you blow my mind with your abilities. It's crazy. Let's see if I can do this. A small announcement. Let's see here. See if I did this right. Phil Thatch is having a live stream on August 6th at 6 p.m. Eastern. His photo challenge is black and white. Come up with a good black and white photo and submit it to philsstreampics@gmail.com. That's Phil's plural, Phil's possessive, whatever the right word is there. Streampics@gmail.com. Ha! I figured out one of them fancy transitions. I've got to pop out this chat. There we go. Now I can bring the OBS. Oh, there it is. Back up to here. Now I can see it. All right, let's move it over here. There we go. Now, whew. Okay, guys, I'm gonna jump straight into the photos. I mean, the news, singular. Yeah, I get it now. You know, there's news to talk about, like Fuji just dropped a couple of firmware updates, I think, for the heavy hitter cameras, the XT4 and the GFX series. But what Canon's R5 and R6, people are starting to complain about thermal issues. And then Sony's announced the A7S III, which is probably going to be the vlogging camera of choice of studio vloggers, if I had to guess, in an upcoming not too distant future, because the Sony cameras really work well. Phil stream pics. Oh, see, Phil, I went to your page and I could have swore I saw an S at the end of your name, and did I put two? Yeah, I put two S's. I'm sorry. So it's Phil stream pics at Gmail. I'm sorry. Yeah, I put two S's. Figures. Am I lagging, or is my stream okay, or am I lagging real hard? Because Joy says I'm lagging. I'm trying to get some feedback. Whoops. Is it okay, Phil? We're catching up here. I think I'm seeing it down here at the bottom. It's running in the red on my upload speed. Figures. You're okay. It's your video. Voice is fine. All right. Well, okay. Yeah. Figures. Okay. Well, if the audio's okay, y'all can tolerate me. Well, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start the photos because I don't have an exceptionally large amount, but I do have some really good ones. So let me introduce this and transition this in. Okay, this is Joy, and she sent me a behind the scenes, and I don't know if you can't see my mouse probably. She's photographing the glass with the wooden blocks in it. And this, let's see here, is the photo that she captured. And I was kindly impressed by it. I mean, to look at the way the glass bends in the middle, from that scene to that's impressive. I like it. It's a nice abstract look, especially with the bent glass. It was really interesting to see that. It makes you look at it and think. And then she sent some more. She sent this, which I'm pretty sure this is a book, and the pages are folded sort of like origami. But you can almost see words populating off of the page, and it's almost readable. But it's interesting to see. I mean, it's a really interesting thing. I really like what she's doing. And then she had this. This is cool abstract. If you haven't paid attention, Joy normally shoots indoors and normally photographs things super well. And she doesn't use like super expensive primes. She uses a camera that does the job that she needs doing, and it shows. It's beautiful photography. This just proves my point that you don't have to have expensive gear to get great photos. It's just impressive. Let me move this out of the way in case it is showing up. And then there's the light bulb, and I like her watermark because it reminds me it's her photo. But I love the filament showing up like it does. It's really interesting. All right, let me get back over here. I have to hop back and forth to see the chat so I don't miss you guys saying something. And then, okay, Now what I'm getting into is, where's it at? Right here. I can look here and see. No, I can't. You didn't hear that. I gotta look here and see. Now, this is Mike Mitchum's photo. There we go. So I have the technology here. There we go. Mike Mitchum sent this and this. This one's really cool. It's almost like one of those focus pull shots. If you've ever played with that, you get a variable zoom lens, and you either rack it all the way out or all the way in, and then you focus on something in the center, and then if you're on a tripod, it works best. But if you're handheld, you try to hold the camera on the same subject as closely as possible, and then set the shutter speed long enough to where you can, about a half to 1 second's enough. But you open the shutter and then you rack the zoom, and then the shutter closes, and it gives you one of these kind of shooting out away from you effects. And then he sent this one. And all of these make you have to think. And that's what I like about these photos. Let me get back on the right screen here. Yes. Oh, lost my... Excuse me. But yeah, I like it when it's abstract enough that I have to guess what it is. And this one does that. I'm guessing it's chrome on a car, like a vintage car, but I don't know. That's a really cool photo. And it's got good lines. Everything about it's just cool. Then the next one is from, okay, give me a second. I have to find it in my little pile. Oh, Neville Cole sent this one. And in the email, he explains what kind of wood it is. It's a tree, of course. It's bark. But the patterns in it, I think, is what attracted him to it. I don't remember what kind of tree it is. It looks like a scaly bark hickory to me, but I don't know for sure. It's in the email. I just don't remember. But it's a really cool photo. I love textures, too. Textures make great abstracts. The next photo is also from Neville Cole. And he named this one just a color. I don't remember what the color was. I wish I had enough windows. I don't have but one screen, so I can't have the emails open in a separate screen. But I'm looking at your chat right now. So my mouth don't work while my eyes do. But yeah, canopy, but I'm not sure. And then we have Mr. Phil Thatch's photo. Now I do remember a little bit of the backstory from this. He was at Disney World last week, or a week and a half ago, and he got this photo in the gift shop at Disney World. I don't remember which park. He told me in the email. Of course, like I said, lighting. It's really neat. You got the Day of the Dead coffee mugs, and it's just rows and rows and rows of them. It's kind of neat. I like that. And then the next one is Peter Nagy. This is, I don't know if he actually told me what it is, or if some people didn't tell me what their photos were, and some people did. So I don't remember what Peter said about this one, but we can tell it's water. We get that much out of it. Don't know if it's an ocean or the pool or a puddle on the side of the road, but it's a nice abstract. I really like it. It almost looks like a watercolor painting. This would look good in like a dining room. I think it would look good. Or, you could decorate your house with a photo like this. I like that sort of photo. It makes you think. This one is from Ray Soldano. He sent two. And this one, to me, it invokes like, what do you call it, steampunk ideas. because you got the Phillips screw heads, and then you've got all of the punched holes with whatever something's inside of it. You know, it just has that kind of steampunk look to it. But you don't know what it is, so it is an abstract. I like that. Phil said that was the Epcot Mexican Pavilion. Okay. And then Heather backed him up. Oh, yeah. You guys don't understand. Heather and Phil are not together. They're in two separate locations during my stream. So you'll hear them talking on the stream because they're talking to one another, too, because they're not sitting side by side like they are on their stream. RD said he had to jump out and jump back in. Is it working now? I'm just waiting on a yes or no. It looks like it's still streaming. The kilobytes are very slow. It is bad. That reminds me of adjustable holes and crutches. Yeah, there's nobody on this internet connection either. That's the sad part. Yeah, I'm on the right internet connection. All right, we're going to go back to this and see if it works. The other one Ray sent, I think this is a glass sitting on glass. I'm pretty sure, or sitting on a mirror. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know for certain, but it looks like it is to me. But I like it. I like how he's got the logo reflecting as well. But see, you can't really see the logo in the top half, but you can see it in the bottom half due to the reflection. It's really neat. Cut crystal is really cool. It photographs well. Okay. Thank you, guys. All right. Let me see what the next photo is. Thanks, Ray. Those are really cool photos. This one was a late submission from Cuban Rum. Him and Gary got theirs in just minutes before the stream started. But this, I remember reading about his, and this one's a red tractor wheel. So this is a really, really old tractor wheel. Now, back in the day, they bolted metal cleats onto a metal rim so they wouldn't have flats, I guess, or rubber wasn't readily available to make tires of that magnitude. But yeah, it's a really, I love how it falls off into the darkness. And this is I did remember seeing he took this with a Z7, which is the high megapixel version. And he also had it stopped way down. I'm assuming to get the background blacked out like he did. Because it looks like he's either got an artificial light on the front or a flash or something. But the background's blacked out really good. I got to remember, you guys are a little bit behind where I am. I keep running up ahead. But this is a really cool little piece of metallic art. I like the way he photographed it, especially with the balance in the frame. This one's also from Cuban Rum. This is I think he said this is a water lily that's about to bloom. It's kind of neat. I like it. I like how he's got the water. The water looks really good to me. And the flower it's just a really good photo. I'd be curious to see a time lapse of that flower blooming. That'd be really interesting. Let's see. And then this one, I don't even know what this is. It's definitely water, but I don't know what kind, if that makes sense. I'm not sure what I'm seeing here, but it's a really neat. This is abstract because I can't figure out what I'm looking at. Something in the water, but it's really, really thought-provoking, and I like that about it. Oh, that's after blooming. Oh, okay. Get my photos queued back up. That's really cool. Next photo is from Gary Arbuckle. And I'm pretty sure he explained what these are, but I don't remember. I apologize. Like I said, I'm already 3 windows deep, and I'm jumping back and forth between them to be able to keep up with everything going on as it is. So it gets pretty thick. But let's see. Yeah, the stream is that one, so I gotta leave it be. Yeah, everything's. There we go. Back to reality. Where's my pictures? There they are. Now, I'm back. I don't know what it is. That makes it abstract. That makes it cool. I like it. The next one he sent. This is the kind of abstracts I really like. You don't know what it is. It looks like, if I'm seeing it right, it looks like it might be a headlight off of a car. But it's hard to tell. That was a lid on a fire pit. Hey, Adrian made it. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining in. All right, let me get myself back up here. Yeah, this is a really cool photo. I keep having to read the chat. Ooh, that one lagged down pretty hard, hitter. I can see the bit rate down here in the corner. It looks like as long as I stay close to 1,000 kilobytes per second, then things should work pretty well. But it dropped down to like 70. That would be terrible. Probably cutting out audio and everything at that rate. The next one from Gary is, these look like those glass blocks you build like light penetrating walls with. Yeah, I really like this. This is a really cool photo. What I like about it mainly is the symmetry. But it's interesting to see how he put it together. The next photo up is from George Nagata. And it's a beautiful flower. I like how he's got the background almost ethereal. It's not just bokeh. There's more going on there than just bokeh blown out. It's got like some sort of ethereal kind of look to it. It's really interesting. I'm not sure what I'm seeing here. I guess that makes it abstract. I haven't showed Heather's yet, have I? No, it's coming up next, actually. All right. Yeah, I like this. I don't know if he done that in camera or if he done it in post-processing, but it looks really neat. I like that a lot. Get this up a little. Whoa, that ain't up higher. That's off. Ah, come on. There we go. Now I can sit up and talk. Okay. Next up one is Heather Boyd. And hers looks like it's been printed on canvas. I don't know if she took a photo of a print of flowers on canvas or if she done that as a post-processing edit. But it's really cool. John Van Veen, Aaron's not here at all. He wasn't able to join the stream tonight. He had things that were pressing that he couldn't get out of, and he just wasn't able to join us tonight. Okay. Let's see here. Go back to the stream photos. That may be how George got that. Did he Vaseline up his lens? That's a good question. I don't know if he did or not. Bounce back to this. But yeah, I like Heather's photo because it's not reality, but it is. It's really cool. I don't know how you would. I don't know if he, like I said, you don't know which way she went with it. You don't know if she made the photo or if she took a photo of a photo. That's a good one. This is John Van Veen's photo. This one is thought-provoking. It makes me wonder how he did it. He describes it in his email, but this one is a beautiful abstract photo to me. I just really like how this turned out. I just really like how this turned out. This looks so good. Yeah, wow, zero, really? It's dropping completely out at times. Figures. Yeah, even YouTube's complaining about it. It's figures. Man, I'm trying. I'm working on it to see if I can get something in the background to function better. My latency's pretty bad, and seems to be a little more stable now. There for a minute, man, it was plummeting. It'd bounce off to zero. I seen it hit 0 kilobytes on transfer speed a couple times. It's running in the red almost the whole time. Occasionally it'll turn yellow for a second. Let's see. Let me pull up my description box and then go to the next one. Well, that went all the way around. John's was the last one. All right. I didn't submit one this week, mainly because I didn't think I was going to have time to actually get through them. So I kept mine out, and I don't have it with me to share with you guys, so I can't show it to you. But hey, there's green for a split second. Oh, now it's going to clean up to where I can. Nope. Zero. Still zero. The stream fell out. And then it came back. Man, that's pathetic. All right, let's get over here to the stream. All right, y'all. This latency thing has got to be bugging you. I can see it. There's a little square on the screen that's colored, and it tells my kilobytes per second transfer speed, and it just went to 0 again. It's just up and down, up and down, up and down. And I don't know what's making it do that. I'm the only one on the internet down here right now that I'm aware of. And it goes real good for a second, and then it bottoms out. Weird. Just roller coasters. I don't know why. I'm looking at the settings on the computer, and nothing on the computer should be doing it. It's really strange. But I'm going to go ahead and put this up. Let it ride for a few minutes. That way it'll show long enough for everybody to see it. Next challenge is the color red. It's something prominently red in the frame is what we're looking for. The next stream will be on August 11th, and I'll do my best to have a better internet connection. I don't know how I'll do it, but I'll figure something out. Now, also this week, I'm introducing a new email because I got the idea from Phil, and that is gpstreamphotos@gmail.com. So that's Georgia Photographer Stream Photos, gpstreamphotos@gmail.com. And if you'll send them to that one, I won't make the mistake like I've done the last couple of streams and leave somebody's photo out of the mix. If I can have your photos sent. It's dropping plumb out. Interesting. I ain't never seen internet this up and down. It dropped completely out for like 5 seconds just then. Wow. Okay. So it's gpstreamphotos@gmail.com, and I'll add it to the description of the down in the bottom of the stream once the stream gets uploaded to the internet, and I'll put a post about it on the gathering on Facebook. Maybe talk about it in the Cameras and Coffee vlog I'm going to talk about next. But I'll put it out there. But yeah, if you send them to the old email, I'll still take them. But I'm going to try to do like him and kind of filter them to this email. That way all the photos that are in this email are all the emails that are here are just the stream photos. And that way I won't lose them like I've been doing in the past. Wow, 0 again. And then it comes back. I don't know, guys. But there's thunder. I bet that's part of the problem. That figures. Okay. Transition back. Get my chat window back up. Yeah, Cuban Rum just gave me a really red photo. I know. I saw that. And I thought, look at that. He's probably just going to send the same photo in another time. Already asked it. No Z5 for you. No, I have a Z6. No, I don't want the Z5. I looked at it, and honestly, what I think the Z5 is Nikon trying to sell. You know how they have like multiple tiers of DSLRs? You got the 3000 family, the 5000 family, the 7000 family. Then you get into the full frame semi-pro or pro bodies, like you got the D300, 500, 600, 800 family, 700 family, all of them. And then you got the big boys, you know, your D2, D3, D4, D5, and now D6. And, you know, and you got those kind of three variations of DSLRs. I think the Z5 is like an upgraded version of the Z50. I think it's just like the big brother to the Z50 is what it is. And it's like a 5000 kind of series. They're not following that convention exactly because, you know, the 3000, 5000, 7000 are all crop sensor cameras. And that kind of makes sense. You just get a little more features with every version you skip. But with these Z cameras, they're not really doing that. And it's kind of interesting. It's like, you know, they're touting it as a wonderful stills camera. Well, the Z6 is a wonderful stills camera. So is the Z7. They're all phenomenal stills cameras. The Z6 is supposed to be kind of their video camera, but it's, you know, it takes great video. I ain't going to knock it. I've shot one YouTube, maybe 2 YouTube videos with it, and the footage coming out of it is beautiful. But I don't enjoy using a DSLR to shoot videos or even a mirrorless camera because it's kind of bulky. When I shoot my vlogs, I use a GoPro Hero 7, and I put it in linear mode, and if you're in the center of the frame pretty much, you don't see much distortion, and it looks good. So, and it's convenient. You don't get that blurry background like Casey over at Cameras Conspiracy talks about, but, you know, most people ain't looking at the background anyway. If they're looking at the background of your video, then you're kind of boring. Yeah, Grant makes a good point. He says he thinks the Z5 is a little overpriced and the specs just don't excite him personally. And I tend to agree. Grant just picked up a D750, and you should see some of the photos he's producing with his D. Well, you will see them pretty soon. I got a video coming out with his D750 photos, and they're amazing. So, yeah, I get it. Yeah, Bass Angler's telling me I got a big storm just to my east because he's one of those weather bugs, and I appreciate the heads up, dude. Thank you. Yes, sir. Yeah, Mike says the same thing. He checked the radar. There's a storm. That's probably why my latency is bouncing so hard because our internet connection here is very weather dependent. John Van Veen says, want to talk film for a second. Anybody still or again shooting film? I did a roll on my 1970 Spider-Man camera, Yashica Electro 35 GSN. Oh, don't think I will continue. We'll do medium 120 roll film only. I'll tell you, I got a Yashica. I got that camera, the Electro 35 GSM. And I even went in and fixed the pad of death problem. Mine had that problem. You know, that little felt pad comes apart and the camera doesn't release, like part of the shutter mechanism doesn't trip when you don't have that pad in there. I fixed it. Took photos with it. There weren't nothing to write home about. The exposure just didn't look good. I think mine maybe had set too long or something, but it powered up and all the stuff seemed to work. I just wasn't impressed with the photos out of it. So it sits in my cabinet of doom. If I have a X700 Minolta, I actually have two of them now, and so if you know anybody looking for an X700, I'd probably sell one fairly reasonable, like cheap, since I have a couple of them. But it's actually a really good body to shoot film with. I enjoy it. I shot a roll of film with Grant when he came up with it, and I don't remember what come out of that roll. But I've got a bunch of film in the refrigerator, 35 and some 120 film, but I don't have a 120 camera. I have a 620. I got a little Kodak Brownie box camera that's 620, so I have to go in the bathroom, spool all the 120 film off of the 120 spool, and rewind it in the dark onto the 620 spool so I can put it in my box camera. That's the reason I have 120 film. But yeah, I'm not super jazzed about shooting 35 millimeter, mainly because of the extra work involved in taking your film and having it scanned, and then you're taking digital scans off of the film. Since I don't print prints with an enlarger, it's not really worth it to me to worry with it. I kind of enjoy the process, but it's too inconvenient now. I've gotten so into using digital and working with digital that it just doesn't work as well. I can develop the little 620 and I can do contact scans because that's what it was meant for, was contact prints. And, you know, it's like a 2 by, was it 1 3/4 by 2 3/4, whatever print. You only get like 8 on a roll, but it's a contact print. It's what it's meant to be. So you scan it and you can do an 8 by 10. It'll let you do that. Oh, John's got a 6 by 9 Graflex. Woo! That'll be a hot rod. That'll take photos. Cuban Rum makes a good point about the Z5. Yeah, the price will fall out from under it in about, what's he saying? About a month. Nikon cashes in on the early adopters. I've noticed that. If you can wait a year, you can get significant savings on a Nikon camera, like very significant savings. I bought my D810 and saved from launch date. I think I saved $800 or $900 on it by waiting a year to buy it from the time it launched. You know, so it's worth it to you to sit on your money a little while with Nikon. If you like Nikon gear, the price will come down to real reasonable pretty quick after the early adopters all buy them up. I think they're just trying to recover engineering investment cost or something. Yeah. I think that rainstorm's killing my internet. It's bouncing hard. Gary Arbuckle says he wants to shoot medium format film again. Easier to develop at home and scan. Man, what about dust? I bet dust would be a nightmare on that stuff. Cuban Rum says he stopped doing film and removed his darkroom. It's gone. Which one of you guys sent me the enlarger lens? I don't know your screen name right away. I think it was Cuban Rum. I believe you was the one that sent me the lens. I was going to read that letter or talk about it, but there's a D700 on Craigslist close by, and you're trying to go find it. It's calling to you. Let's see. Nope. Smells wet, but there's no rain yet. I could smell the rain on the ground, though. Man, dusting off film. Even with 35 millimeter, I had a whole bunch of problems with dust. Gary's right. That's where I did mine. Yeah, I thought you sent that to me. Okay. Yeah. I remember enough about it to discuss it, but he sent me a Nikon enlarger lens. All right. I don't know if you know much about enlarger lenses, but this one's brand new. And it's even in the little hard shell display case like you would see in the old camera stores back in the days where it's got the screw-on cover. The lens is a M39 mount lens, and it screws into the base, and then you screw the clear dome over it to keep dust off of it. So it's a little tiny lens, but it's full frame. And it's meant to take a 35 millimeter negative and project it onto whatever size print I guess you wanted to enlarge to, as big as your enlarger would hold. But it's brand new. But now the deal with an enlarger lens is you focus the enlarger by moving the lens, I guess, up and down, closer and further from the print. And so there's no focus helicoid on it. It has an aperture, but it doesn't have a focus mechanism. So I ordered a focus helicoid, and it came in as an M42. So I've got the adapter ring, the M39 to M42 adapter ring ordered. It just hasn't showed up yet. I was going to have it for the stream and play with it on camera, but as fate would have it, I still need one more piece to get it all to couple up. And then he sent me some prints, and the prints are impressive. Let me make sure I ain't missing nothing. Artie's got to go eat. All right. Let's see here. Gary Arbuckle's talking about be careful. He's heard about fake D700s. Yeah, where they're changing the badging. I'm not forgetting about my story about these prints. The D300 logo changed to D700. I've heard about that too. Seems legit. Checking. Okay. But he's got a Canon instant printer, and he's printed these out, and they're like 4x6. They seem to be a little bigger than 4x6 prints. They're fairly large prints of photos he's taken around where he's at, and they're beautiful prints. The photos are awesome, and he sent me a half a dozen of them nearly. I think there's 4 of them in there actually, and they look like they're adhesive backed. I ain't been brave enough to peel them off. They're adhesive backed photos, so you could actually stick them on something. But it was really nice getting those photos. So I'm going to show those off. I hope you're okay with that, because I was going to show them on the stream, but like I said, I didn't grab them a while ago, and I was running late. But yeah, those photos are nice. I was really, really happy to see those photos. I was honored that you would share them with me. And the lens, thank you so much. That was incredible. I'm looking really forward to shooting with that lens. I'm going to put it on the Z6, so we're going to see what it does. It should make phenomenal macro photos. That's what Aaron showed me to do. I got with him because he bought a helicoid for his and got it on his Z50 or Z6. But he's got it mounted up, and it produces incredible photos for him. Phil ain't letting me buy. Yes, the Canon selfie printer. Yeah, okay, so trying to peel them off would just ruin them. Okay, thanks. All right, yeah, I'll show them them because they were very impressive photos. I really appreciate you sharing them with me. That was incredible. Now, Phil, something happened in red. Now, Phil's talking about a different photo project. If you saw my video that came out the other day, I talk about a project I'm starting in August, but it's going to be long term. So I'm not gonna go to one video a week every week, but occasionally I've got a project where if you've never seen, I'm gonna slow down a little bit. If you've never seen In the American West by Richard Avedon or The Humans of New York, I don't remember that photographer's name right off the top of my head. Those are the two biggest ones that gave me kind of the inspiration for what I want to do. I'm wanting to do something similar to what Richard Avedon did in his In the American West series. But what he done was he spent like 6 years gathering images from all over the West, all the way from like El Paso, Texas, all the way to Montana. And he'd just go to different places and he'd just take photos. And I think he actually had the backing of a huge art museum in Texas to kind of help finance him. But he took everything on an 8x10 film camera, huge wooden box camera, and he would do it to where he would get into people's heads. So when he took their photo, he'd get these expressions that were never hardly ever smiling. You know, he got these like real life expressions instead of getting the false smile for picture photos. And it just shows like the grit of the American people from like 1979 to I think 1984 is when he finally concluded it. And if you read in the book, it says he took like 17,000 exposures on 8x10 film. That costs a mint. There's no way, how much does an 8x10 negative cost? It's expensive. And of course, the art museum said that they would help pay for it if he would give them all the negatives. So they got the negatives as part of the historical archive. But I think he printed, or his exhibition was 738 photos. And I've got his book. I've got the paperback version of it. And it's a very, very compelling book. And at the back, there's a bunch of journal entries from one of the assistants that talks about when they went to this place or that and what they done and who they interacted with and, and how it was and all this really cool factoids about the event where they were just keeping journals and writing it down. It's never seen it. I got one I'll let you read, but I'm not going to mail it off because it was very expensive and I want to hang on to it. But I'll be happy to let you read it. All right, see you, John. Thank you for stopping by the stream. Gary says, I like the 180 millimeter lens. Yeah, it's a really beautiful lens. But that's what the project's going to be similar to. But I'm not going to set up a white background and all the production. I'm just going to shoot it by myself. He took 2 assistants and a bunch of equipment and made a big production out of it. But I am going to use his method. He went to like local gatherings, like when you'd have like the county fair or a rodeo, something where it would draw a lot of people to one place. Here, high school football in the fall is a keen location. Hopefully, the whole Corona thing will be kind of waning by then, and I'll be able to get some photos. But we'll see. It may take me 2 years to gather the photos, But I want to do a book, maybe do an exhibition. I want to reach out to the Hunter Museum in Chattanooga once I get my photos. Once I at least get a body of it to show what I'm doing, go talk to them, see if they're interested. But Adrian says record a video of the book. Good point. Then Phil asked me if I was going to vlog it, and I don't know if I'll vlog it. I'll probably get footage, and I'll put together a video once I'm done. Probably be like a big long video about it. But I don't think I'll make a bunch of videos because I don't want to share any of the photos of the project until it's done. I don't want to pollute it with trickling them out, if that makes sense. But yeah, once it's finished, I want to get. I want to see if I can get it into maybe a museum or two. See what I can do with it. But yeah, let's see. Blue Newt's got a new puppy. He's got her busy. Yeah. Thank you, Cuban Rum. I appreciate that. But I've been working on this for several months. I've been trying to figure out what I was going to do. And it's kind of bizarre where it started and where it ended up. And I've done a bunch of research and a bunch of just thinking about it. I'd spend a lot of time just sitting, drinking coffee and dwelling on it. And it boils down to photograph something you love and something that you know a lot about, or that you have a good connection with. Does that make sense? And its premise is the people of Sand Mountain, because I live on Sand Mountain, and Sand Mountain ranges from about 4 miles north of here. I don't think it makes it all the way to Tennessee. I'll have to look on a map to make sure, because if it does, I'm going to get some Tennessee people in it. But it goes into Alabama mostly. There's just a little piece of Sand Mountain in Georgia, and I'm in that little square. And then it goes all the way down to Boaz in Alabama. And I'm probably not going to venture that far south. I'll probably just not make it but to maybe Henniger or somewhere, which is about halfway, 2/3 of the way. Rainsville would be about it. And that's like 45 miles from here. That's a pretty good area to cover. I think I can get an acceptable demographic from that area. I've scouted it and drove around, been to all the communities. I've been to Bryant and Higdon and Rosalie and Flat Rock and Ider and Henniger and Cartersville. I've been to all the little local communities in Alabama already. I've been working on it for a while. But it'll be a while before it's ready. Like I said, I've took one photo so far. One. I got to get on it. But that was the reason I got I wanted to shoot it all with the XT3. I'm going to shoot it all with one camera and one lens. And since it was going to be portraits, I wanted a portrait lens specifically. And that winds up being like an 85 millimeter lens on a full frame. But I enjoy using the XT3. It's just kind of my favorite Hanzioni camera. And I thought I may as well use my favorite camera and then get a legit portrait lens for it. And I got vintage lenses, but dude, the autofocus on that thing and the clarity of that lens, it's the right tool. So that lens and camera will be the only camera and lens I'll use for the whole project. Let's see. I keep checking back over here to make sure I'm not missing one. Oh, hey, one at a time. But I will keep doing videos. I got early access. Not early access, that's the wrong term. I got access to a lens that I had never heard of before until a friend of mine just showed it to me and said, can you give this lens a clean bill of health? My friend has an eBay store, and she wanted to make sure the lens was okay before she put it on there for sale. Come to find out, it's a very expensive Minolta lens. And I got to take some photos with it. I wasn't brave enough to carry it off. I kept it in the house and just went out on the porch and done some photos because I didn't want to risk damaging it because it's worth about $1,800. But it's a 250 millimeter mirror lens for a Minolta. I'd never heard of one. I've seen the 500 millimeter and the 1000 mil and the 2000 mil Nicors, but I'd never heard of a Minolta mirror lens. That was the only one. Beautiful little lens, a little tiny thing. Really interesting design. It, of course, produced classic donut bokeh. But that review's coming out too. Dude, Adrian's got his first book done. I'm behind the curve. I want to see this book. Once you get it to where you can sell me a copy, I want a copy of it, dude. Thank you, Blue Newt. Thank you for stopping by, Gary. I appreciate it. I'll try my best to stay dry. One is a start. Yeah, the XT3, that 56 millimeter lens was the second lens I've ever bought for it. That was a Fujinon lens. I've bought a myriad of other brand lenses and put on it, but as far as Fuji lenses, I have it and the 18 to 55 kit lens, and that's all I have. I'm about to sell off some of my excess camera gear. I've been kind of looking hard at what I do, what I photograph and what I don't. So I don't know if any of you guys are looking for lenses, but I'm about to probably put together a pretty extensive list of lenses. And I may try to eBay them. I may just send them to KEH and see what they'll give me. But I don't know. Depends on how lazy I want to be about it. But yeah, I got a pretty good pile of camera gear I've amassed over the past couple of years, and I'm not using it. It's just sitting in a cabinet. I have my favorite little enclave of lenses, and then a big stack of them in this cabinet. So awesome, Adrian. Thank you. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, check the time. I'm in good shape. But if you, let's see here. Oh dear, show the list. All right, I'll work on it tomorrow because that was part of what I was going to do tomorrow. Was work on that list, put together a cameras and coffee vlog because I do want to show off Cuban Rum's photos he sent me and show you that lens. Like I said, I was going to brag about it, but Bass Anglers, look, you going to raise some Leica money? Maybe. Oh, publish the list. Don't think that hasn't got the screws turning ever since I read your comment, Bass Angler. The Leica CL sure is a pretty little camera. Just saying. But I done lost my train of thought. Oh, let me do this. Once again, August 11th, next stream. Challenge is red. I want you to send them to gpstreamphotos@gmail.com. That's Georgia Photographer. Streamphotos@gmail.com. So it's GP Stream Photos. And then also, let's see here. Don't forget Phil's live stream. His challenge is black and white. And his will be on August 6th at 6 p.m. And you'll send your photos for that one to Phil. And it's just one S. It's philstreampics@gmail. I've got two S's, and there should only be one there. So he corrected it earlier for me. So yeah, send your submissions to philstreampics@gmail.com. So with that, I'll go back up here to this one. I think I've about got the hang of this driving by myself. But yeah, it's been a real fun time. I really enjoyed the photos, guys. They were incredible. Like as usual, y'all blew it out of the water as normal. It's amazing what you guys come up with. especially when a bunch of you don't have the ability to go out to exotic locations and you're kind of stuck at home, and you still can come up with such amazing photos. Yeah, it's just impressive. I appreciate it. I really do. So with that, this is David, the Georgia photographer. And if you haven't done it yet, there's a like button down there. I really appreciate you clicking on that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I would appreciate one of them. And if you haven't went over to Phil's channel and subscribed yet, you can do that too. He'd really appreciate it because he's an awesome guy and he takes cool photos. So until next time, I don't have a camera to hold up. I'm using it. Get your camera out and go take a picture with it, all right? Appreciate it. I'm going to read through the comments one more time before I shut down my stream so I can make sure I ain't missing something. Let's see here. All right, put out the list of lenses here first. All right, I'll share them with you guys. What I'll do is I'll put it on the Georgia Photographer Gathering on Facebook, and I'll make a post on my, here, what do they call it, on the YouTube channel, and I'll make a video and probably show them in the video, maybe line them up on the table and pan by them or something, and I'll do that. That way you guys can have first dibs, kind of. All right. Good night, all. I really appreciate it. Y'all take care. Van Halen, Phil. No, we're going to do the whole 5150 thing again.